Everyone's interested in any a card like this with Asher Yotzer on one side and Halamichia and Brain and First on the other. So I have extras. I'm happy to give them to you and bring them Sunday if you wish. A card such as this, which is plasticized, is considered a kisuyech. So a person has it in his pocket. You can walk into any place with it, and it's safe as such. Anyway, Elul. Let's talk about Elul for a moment. Elul is Ani L'Dodi Li, which seems to be that which we're familiar with. And it's Emunah, the relationships with the Kadosh Baruch Hu. At the same time, Aleph, Lamed, Vav, Lamed, Elul, is Ish L'Rehu, Umatanas Levyonim. That person has to be careful of the mitzvahs bein Adam L'Chavero. Because we're very wrapped up in mitzvahs bein Adam L'Makom. We're getting ready for the Yom Adin. But a good part of it is Ish L'Rehu Matanas Levyonim. That we're going to be careful to be good to our friend and give Matanas Levyonim. Evyon is a destitute person, Toav L'Chol Davar, and at the same time, any poor person will qualify to be able to receive whatever is necessary from us, being very careful. And that's not all. Aleph, Lamed, Vav, Lamed. He's Ahuv. We want to be Ahuv Lamala. We want to be loved above, Ahuv Lamala, V'nechmad Lamata, and beloved below. So that's a combination of Bein Adam L'Makom and Bein Adam L'Chavero. That is the balanced person, and that's Elul. Now there's another taich in Elul, Aleph, Lamed, Vav, Lamed, and that's going to be to the person who does nothing. Nothing. He doesn't put himself in Hashem's good graces at all. Not Bein Adam L'Makom and not Bein Adam L'Chavero. And to him we say, Oy lo va'avoy l'nafsho. Now you've heard this thing, Oy va'avoy, like Oy va'avoy. Whoa. That's Oy lo. To him it's a woe to him. And va'avoy l'nafsho. That's also Elul. So hopefully it'll be the Elul, the other ones that we mentioned first, and not this. Now, let us all remember, 17 days left for Rosh Hashanah. Today I said to somebody, how many days is left to Rosh Hashanah? I think. What do you mean, think? No, the truth is this, until I got involved in this, I also would say, I think. And so that it's not like, I know, but you don't. I don't mean that. No. But if you had a court case coming up about whatever it is, you would certainly know when that the court case is. It wouldn't be a question, I think this. 17 days, and therefore we're almost ready, really, for Isru Chag Sukkos, as we mentioned last week. The Duvna Magid gives a very interesting marshal on this as such. He speaks about a Ganav. There's a Ganav who observed that there was a very profitable store where a person was making a lot of money. And at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, every day, the owner of the store sent a courier to the bank, a shliach to the bank, with a suitcase full of money. And he wanted to rob the courier. But he didn't know how to do it, because in the middle of the street, he's not going to do it. There are policemen and there are other people around. They would apprehend him and he'd go to jail. No. But then he thought of the idea. Now, we understand in this mashal that the ganef is the Yetzer Hara. And we understand that the money in the suitcase is really the month of Elul, with all the opportunities we have. We're getting close to a Kadosh Baruch Hu, a month of Rachamim and Ahavo and all this. We understand that too. So as we see, this plays out quickly. So what happens? The ganef goes into the store and he says to the proprietor, he says, I want to buy a very expensive coat for my boss, but my boss is so busy he can't come into the store to take measurements. So what do you expect me to do, says the man. I can't have anything ready for him. No, he says, let's go outside. Let's see if we can see somebody the same build, and if we get the same build, we'll be able to make measurements, it'll be okay. Sure enough, this man comes at 4:05, 4:10 with the suitcase. He's walking by, and outside is the proprietor with the ganef. And can you help us? We need this a few minutes. We just need you to come. Sure, he's a nice fellow. He comes in with his little suitcase full of money, and takes off his jacket and puts the money down. And he's getting fitted now to be. And at that moment, bingo! the guy grabs the money, and as the man lunges after him to be able to run after him and retrieve his money, the proprietor says, "You can't go out with this coat," and therefore, by the time they've decided what to do, the guy makes off with the suitcase and the briefcase, and it's finished. That's what happens with the month of El, says the Bivna Magi. The Yetzer Hara comes, and we have to be certain. Forewarned is forearmed. Let us not get preoccupied at this time with the important things, so to speak, and miss the major part of what this month is supposed to be. And whereas some people say, I would just like to sleep through El, all this tension, all this intensity, and pachad. No, it's a mistake, and it's a mistake bringing up our family like this, and we deal with our children or students. Let's get the idea. This is a month of ahava v'rachamim. Great opportunity. I was in Gula yesterday. Everywhere I went, mitzvah, 50% off. This is a mitzvah. This is a real sale, much more than 50%. This is the real deal, mitzvah. And like we mentioned before, there's another sign, change. Exactly. It's reminding us this is the time to change for Elul as we prepare ourselves to be able to get ready to go into Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur. And not only that, just a reminder. Many of these flights coming into Eretz Israel, at the end of the flight, they collect, money, and they say, a little change can make a big difference. And that's what we have to remember. People coming, especially to Eretz Israel, too. A little change, whatever it is, gives us opportunities to be closer to Kadosh Baruch Hu. That is the idea. Now, in the parsha itself, it tells this week's parsha. It says, "Ki sivne bayis chodesh v'asisa maka legagecha." When you will build a new home, you should put a makah, a parapet, a rail, a fence on top of the roof, which is a usable roof. It's not one that's slanted. It's a roof that people could be there and, God forbid, fall off. Put it there, and then it says, "Leisosim domim b'leisecha." Don't be the cause of the possibility of any blood being spilled in your home. You make sure that you put that fence up. And it's very appropriate that it's at this time of the year that when we're getting ready for Rosh Hashanah that we have this halacha. There are a number of halachas about this. Of course, it's not just a gag, not just a roof. It could be also a hole in one's property. Has to take proper precautions that nobody should get hurt. Okay, that's one level. There's another level of understanding. The Nesiv Shalom deals with this, and he says, why is it it's only a new house? What about an old house? And not only that, why the gag? Why is it only a gag? What about other areas of possibly of danger, etc.? Anyway, he explains the following. We're talking about a person's head. And when we speak about that a person's head, that's his gag, that's his roof. And not only that, we are talking about because he's making a new life for himself before Rosh Hashanah. He decided, I'm going to change the rules of my home. I want to become closer to Rosh Hashanah. I want to do mitzvahs more carefully. I want to really do well. And therefore, when you're building this new life, make sure that the only way it's going to happen with these resolutions is that you bring with them strategies for success. A resolution without the proper strategy of being able to make it just doesn't work. A person decides, I'm not going to talk in shul anymore. He has to move his position in wherever his location in shul. Maybe he has to change shuls. A person decides, I want to learn more. He has to do something that's going to set him up. He has to set up chavrusas. Whatever is involved, it's not enough to have, I want. I have to plan. Like we've said before, he who fails to plan, plans to fail. And therefore we want to make sure, especially for something as important as this. That's one idea in the union of a gag, etc. And that's according to the Nesiv Shalom. There are others who learn the following, that it's a new idea in reference to this, and it works this way. A gag is also gagecha. Gimel chav is 26. A person, ki sid nebayis chodesh, I'm not dealing with that part now. But I'm saying that the part that speaks about Sisa and Maka Gagecha, you made a fence around your Gagecha, around the 26. 26 is a remiz, it's a hint. We're talking about the mitzvahs of Hashem. 26, Yud Kei Vav Kei is 26. Gagecha is also 26. We're thinking about, I'm doing the mitzvahs of Hashem with a new enthusiasm. Wonderful. Put a marker around it. You must make certain that you make gedorim, you make various fences, because if you keep a fence around something, let's take muktzah. On Shabbat, I don't want to come to write God forbid, so I say even moving the pen or the pencil is not allowed. So if I forget, maybe I'll move it, but I'll never write with it. I may come to violate, God forbid, the fence, but I'll never come to do the Isser itself, the prohibition itself. So you're making a fence around the 26, which are the laws that came directly from Hashem, and that's going to help you. Because making fences is that which often keeps the law. One of my chavrusas said this evening that people and communities that stop keeping the D'Rabbanans, they're the ones who lost it. And it's the ones who kept not only the Torah law, but all the fences that the rabbis gave to us, those are the ones that kept the law and still keep it to this day. A good Shabbos.